Hello everyone and welcome to this reading. This time is going to be another love reading and we will be focusing on the topic what was left unsaid between the two of you. In order to help you choose, I have prepared here 3 options for you. Group number 1 will get this, what is that? Okay, the red marker in the left. Group number 2 will get the black marker in the middle. And group number 3 will get the purple marker in the right. This is most definitely purple. I don't know why on my camera it shows up as blue, but it's most definitely purple in real life, guys. Okay, so just take my word for it. Okay, so red number 1, black number 2, purple number 3. I will put the timestamps in the description box as always. Please take your time in making your choice and I will see you at your reading. Hello group number 1, welcome to your reading. If you chose the red marker, this is going to be for you. Let's find out what was left unsaid between the two of you. And I'm going to make 2 groups, one for your energy and the other one for the energy of the person that you have on your mind. Okay? And feel free to switch it up, see which one fits your energy. Okay, we have the lovers to begin with. We have the high priestess. I feel like this should be your energy, honestly. We have 3 of wands. Okay, now we get 3 cards for their energy here. We have 6 of swords. We have knight of wands. Yeah, I can fit all of that in there. Yeah, and we have ace of wands. Okay. And then we get some from this other deck. We have on track. We have War of the Roses. These will not fit as well. We have the treasure. I'm gonna put them like that. And for your person, we have Caught in the Ruins. And spring at autumn and commitment. Okay, so let's try to make some space. Okay. Ooh. So what I'm seeing here, group number 1, is sort of mirroring energies. I feel like both of you felt and still feel in the present moment that whatever happened between the two of you at some point had a lot of potential. When things happened between the two of you, whether it was a connection or flirting or whatever it is, you both felt like it had a lot of potential, that it had a bright future. You both were thinking of something serious. You both had intense feelings for each other. But there were some issues, and these issues that were never said between the two of you, I feel like it might have led to separation, or might have led to conflict, or it might have led to some sort of a distance. Now, let's focus on your energy here, group number 1. This is you. This is you, somebody who had very intense feelings towards this person on your mind. Now, the problem here was the fact that you might have never shared your feelings towards this person. I'm seeing here a distance. I'm seeing here mystery. A lot of hidden information. I feel like there was something going on with you at the time when things happened between the two of you. There was something going on within you. Maybe an inner battle, an inner struggle that held you back from fully committing to this connection, fully committing to this person, fully acknowledging your feelings towards this person. There was this inner fear that made you, whenever things were going right, this fear made you pull back, made you become distant, and sometimes made you become defensive. And because there's some sort of a self-sabotaging energy here, group number 1. It feels like that sort of energy when you're saying, I am going to end this, I'm going to reject you before you reject me. Because you are absolutely convinced that at some point things are going to end. And the present moment felt too good to be true. So one of the things that were left unsaid from your part is the fact that you never actually shared your true feelings, the true feelings that you had for this person, that you never actually given yourself fully to this connection because there was some sort of fear. Now, maybe you felt alone in this situation and maybe you never communicated that to your person. So it might have not been just your fault here, okay? Maybe you were afraid that it was all in your head. But, in a sense, it's this idea that it could be too good to be true, but on the other hand, it's this feeling of loneliness. Now, whether you chose to be this lonely, whether you chose to be on your own, to distance yourself from your true feelings and from a serious commitment or not, that depends. But let's get to your person's side. Now, again, like I said, we have here the confirmation that your person did have intense feelings for you, for this connection. They had plans for the future. However, they felt like there was something blocking this. I'm seeing a lot of desire. And I'm also seeing some sort of a distance. Again, it's almost as if the two of you were too afraid to approach each other or to be open with each other. So, like I said, I'm seeing mirroring energies. I'm seeing this intense love for each other, but I'm also seeing two people who are wounded, who are injured, who are afraid to open up. And I feel like what your person would like to share with you, and was left unsaid, of course, because that's what we're exploring now, is the fact that if only they could have opened themselves more to this connection, to this love, to these feelings, things would have been so much different. Things would have evolved in such a positive way, in a completely different manner. Because what happened here is I feel like there was this intense fire between the two of you, and that fire died out. I feel like both of you took refuge in the passionate feelings you had for each other, okay? Maybe your connection was very intense and very passionate and might have been a lot of arguments. And I'm seeing arguments not just from your part. I feel like you distanced yourself, like you were detaching yourself emotionally when that happened. But I'm seeing a lot of intense feelings from their part. So they were very intense in this connection. And they were intense because they were also afraid. That was the way they kept their distance emotionally. By being all passionate, maybe being all jealous, maybe looking for reason to argue and things like that. And what was left unsaid from their part is that they were afraid, just the same way you were afraid. They were afraid to open up. Just only the two of you had very different ways of dealing with this here. Like I said, you detached yourself emotionally from this connection, you distanced yourself, and they were acting all fiery, all passionate, or maybe even aggressive sometimes, not physically aggressive, like very intense, okay? Like I said, very jealous, very possessive, very emotional, very unstable emotionally, right? So that could have been it. And I feel like, this put a huge distance between the two of you. And they acknowledge, your person acknowledges now, whether they told you that or not, they acknowledge that this sort of behavior is one of the things that push the two of you further apart. And it's one of the things that kept them away from you. Because they wanted peace and they wanted true love and they wanted a real commitment and a real relationship, but they were not able to offer it at that point. And let's see, we saw with you what happened, okay? You had like a lot of inner struggles, you know, maybe lack of self-confidence, maybe dealing with trauma, but what happened with them? What kept them stuck? Let's see if we can get some more information on that. We see loving elementals. We see two worlds. And we see the Buddha prepares. And we see the bird's nest. I feel like your person had a very distorted image of what love and a relationship should be about. I feel like what they wanted from your connection is completely different from what they offered here. Your person, you know, I'm getting a Cancer energy. Doesn't necessarily have to resonate for everyone, but it's a very strong Cancer energy. Your person has this very idealized image of what a connection and a family should be like. However, when we build these idealized images in our head, the reality is most likely not going to follow, because, you know, imagination is one thing and reality is a completely different thing. You know, things are not always going to work out our way, and especially not when we build this utopic image in our heads. So I feel for them, there was, you know, this huge difference between the fantasy they built in their heads and the reality they are getting. Why they build this fantasy? I feel like it goes back to their childhood and their family. So they might have been struggling with the same issues as you were struggling at that point, only slightly different, but still like family childhood issues. And they were trying to compensate for those, you know, childhood traumas. And I feel like they've experienced a lot of pain and a lot of disappointment, maybe divorce, maybe abandonment within their family during their childhood, something of that sort. So because of that, they created this like fantasy in their head, but this fantasy was impossible to achieve. And I feel like there was frustration and there was disappointment, but they were not disappointed in you. They were disappointed by their own fantasies. So they might have been quite immature at the time when the two of you met each other. You were together, you interacted with one another, you had whatever connection you had. They might have been still very young. This might have happened when both of you were still very, very young. And they were still like an idealist. They were still like a dreamer. And I feel like a lot of things have changed since then. You know, they've matured, they've realized, okay, that's not how things should be. My fantasy is not a realistic fantasy, you know, they've grown up in that sense. But they admit now, they recognize that now, that it was their childish fantasy and that stubbornness to cling to a perfect family, the idea of a perfect family, a perfect relationship, that was blocking them from having a meaningful, a beautiful, deeper emotional connection with somebody else. So I hope that made sense, group number one. Like I said, very like two mirroring energies here. So I'll leave it at this. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this was helpful. I hope it resonated, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hi, group number two. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the black marker, this is going to be for you. Let's see what was left unsaid between the two of you. How I am going to go about it. I'm going to make two groups, one for your energy and one for your person's energy. Okay, so we'll start with your energy. And we have Ace of Pentacles reversed. We have the Lovers. We have Knave of Pentacles. Okay, so now for their energy. We have the Emperor. And we have Five of Pentacles and Ten of Cups. Let's get some from this other deck. Ooh. One fell out. We have the Queen of Forces, but it came out, it fell down reversed. I'm gonna put these a bit crowded because they're a bit wider. We have the Oracle of Delphi. Okay. We have On Track. And on their side, we have the Karmic Trench. We have Caught in the Ruins. And we have the Lookout. Ooh. Pretty intense energies here. Okay, so group number 2. See if this resonates. If your energy resonates, then this is your group. If it doesn't, then check out the other 2 groups. From your part, what was left unsaid is a lot of frustration and a lot of disappointment. I feel like you did have feelings for this person, or you tried to invest emotionally in this connection. You tried to give this person a chance. You try to be open about it, okay? You try to be open to change. You try to be open to compromise, but you always felt like you never got anything in return. With this Queen of Forces, you know, the Queen of Forces here, you see, I'm going to turn it around so you can see it better. See, you see the idea of balance, okay? Like between light and darkness. And, you know, it came out reversed. And I feel like, you know, you were thrown off balance. There was no balance here. There was no equality here. And the Oracle of Delphi is the card for, you know, the unknown. For unknown answers. Okay? It felt like you never received clear answers. The Oracle of Delphi would give prophecies, but they were very vague. Okay, they were very cryptic, and I feel like that's what you received in this connection, like very vague and cryptic answers, and you always had to guess what they meant and how they felt, and you always felt alone here, like this person waiting on the tracks, you know, on their own. You were ready to embark on a journey with this person, but you felt like you were always alone, and you were like, you also see a clock here. It's like the clock is ticking and they are not focusing. You know, the clock there in the background, like they're not showing up. It's like you're always asking yourself, are they going to show up? And you feel like they never showed up. And what was left unsaid from your part is telling them, you were never there. I tried. I wanted to be there. I wanted to give it my best. I wanted to put effort into this, but you never matched my energy. It was always very little. It was always words. It was always promises. You know, the Knave of Pentacles is it's the Page of Pentacles. It's a very small energy. It's the card of messages. It's the card of communication, of talking. It's talk. But the Ace of Pentacles is reversed. There's no grounding there. Okay, there's no base there. There's no foundation there. There was no foundation from your person's part. That's how you felt, and that's what you always wanted to tell them. It's almost like a need for closure from your part. Now let's see from their part what was left unsaid here. I see. Let's find out. We do have 2 positive cards. We do have the Emperor and we have the Ten of Cups. So I am seeing here that this person had somewhat good intentions. But with this Five of Pentacles, I feel like they had no idea what they were doing. And it might have been the case that, you know, the Emperor is a very logical energy, okay? Very cerebral energy. While the Ten of Cups, the Cups energy is a very emotional energy. So it might have been like a struggle between their mind and their heart. And this might have been something along the lines like, could they surrender to their heart, or should they stay logical? Should they stay in their mind? Should they remain practical? We have a lot of concerning cards down here. I want to clarify this lookout card. But I feel like your person was focused on something else. Your person was focused on other worldly distractions, okay? Maybe pleasures, maybe distractions, maybe hard work. They were focused on something else, and they just were not willing to compromise. So that might have been like an inner struggle from their part, the fact that they had certain goals, they had a certain idea of what their life should be, and they were not sure if they were willing to compromise all of that for love. And I feel like they were willing to sacrifice love for this. I feel like, honestly, I'm kind of getting a lot of red flags from this lookout energy. Let's see. We have the divine physician. And setting your course. Okay. And then the journey. So take it like that, okay? Because I don't have where to spread them. And the views of the ego. What I'm seeing here is a person who was very focused on themselves. You are right to feel the way you felt back then and to still feel that way to this day. You are very much correct about it. Your intuition was spot on in that matter. See, what this person was all about, they were all about focusing on themselves and what image they project to the outside world. Now we see the divine physician. And, this reminds me of a certain character, okay, in the way they look, the way this person looks, okay. It reminds me a little bit of, a very important character in the Christian religion. I'm not going to say names. I don't want to offend anyone. I'm not saying it to offend anyone. But, this person, divine person, was, well, how should I put it? Was there for everyone, okay? Like, he came down here with humans for everyone. He was not available to remain only for one person. That's what I'm saying. He had to share himself with the whole world because that was his purpose. And I feel like your person's purpose, I'm not comparing your person with this, okay? But the idea I'm getting from this card is the fact that your person felt like he was too valuable to commit himself to only one person, and he was supposed to go out there in the world and share his gifts and share his persona with the rest of the world. In a sense, it could be about exploring, it could be about growth for a lot of them, but there's this energy of them wanting to share with the rest of the world. So they never wanted to commit. This is a very non-committal energy here. They felt like they were not meant to commit to a single person or to sit in a one place. And I feel like this is what, something they've never shared with you. I feel like this is something they were not open with you about. So if you always felt like you're on a second place or you're not a priority, this is why. This is why, because they never intended to make somebody else a priority, a romantic partner a priority. They never intended to settle down. They never intended to stay in one place. And yeah, I'm gonna say, like, share themselves, share their knowledge, their gifts, their whatever, their abilities to the rest of the world. Because yeah, this person does seem to have a very good opinion of themselves, to be quite honest. So yeah, like I said, I'm not claiming that this person on your mind is like this, Christian character, but like lead character actually. But it's like, they sort of think themselves or thought themselves to be as important in a way. Okay, so it could be, especially since we have this emperor energy, right? So they might have seen themselves as this emperor energy, like, above everyone else. So I don't know, this is just my personal opinion, but I feel like you are better off without this person, group number 2. But like I said, just me, that's just me. You don't have to take my opinion into account. Okay, so I hope that cleared things out for you, some things out for you, group number 2. I will leave it at this. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this was helpful. I hope it resonated, and I will see you next time. Bye bye. Hi, group number 3. If you chose the purple marker, which doesn't look very purple on the camera, but it's purple, I promise, this is going to be a reading. Let's see what we have for you, okay? What was left unsaid between the two of you? And I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to do 2 separate groups for your energy and your person's energy, okay? So now we're going to get 3 cards for your energy, and we had the 4 of Cups and the Queen of Cups, okay, and the Knave of Cups. Okay, now 3 for their energy, your person's energy. And we have the Hanged Man, 4 of Wands. Yep, my cats are acting up again. And 2 of Pentacles. Whenever I try to film a reading, they always start going crazy. So if you hear noises in the background, please excuse us. Okay, so now 3. Caught in the Ruins. Honestly, this is like a card that came out in all 3 readings. The Treasure. And Diversity. Okay. And Wishes Fulfilled. The Sands of Time, and Winged Messengers. I want to get a clarifying card from the Winged Messengers. Divine Physician. Okay, so let's see. We'll clarify things as we progress with the reading. Okay, so let's start with your energy. I'm seeing here what was left unsaid. Well, you did have feelings for this person. You did have, but I feel like you feel like it was the wrong time in your life. I feel like maybe for a lot of you, this connection, these feelings happened when you were younger, when you had options, when you wanted to explore more. And you just wouldn't give that up. Like, you were very determined to find your way in life and to explore and to have fun and to meet new people and have more than one connection. So I feel like you were not ready at that specific time to commit to one single person. Maybe because you were very young, maybe because you were focused on something else. With this Treasure card, it could be like you were focused on studies. I see her studying here. So you wanted to try out new things. You didn't want to settle down. Maybe it wasn't the right age, maybe it wasn't the right time, maybe it was too early for you in life to commit yourself to such a serious commitment that this person wanted. I mean, this person wanted like wishes fulfilled. They wanted the 4 of Wands. They wanted like a family. They wanted commitment. They wanted stability. They might have wanted to marry you, start a family with you. We could be talking here about a high school sweetheart. Doesn't have to be like that for everyone. Maybe someone you met at a university, or just simply somebody who you met at a time when you were focused on other things, focused on making it in life, focused on building a career, focused on maybe buying your own place. Focused on exploring. I see that you're a person who is very, very full of life, full of passion, full of energy. And yes, it was your right to wish that. But at the time, because I'm seeing a lot of cups here, okay, at that time, maybe you didn't know how to explain those things to this person, because I feel like this person, either you communicated this to this other person on your mind, or you never communicated that to them, or you're never completely open about it, or you never took things too serious. And I feel like this broke their heart. And you see here the Hanged Man, which is the energy of hanging on, holding on, and we see here the sands of time. Like this person would have waited for you. And I'm gonna be very honest here, group number 3. They could still be waiting for you. They could still be waiting for an opportunity, for the right time. Maybe you've communicated to this person that it's not the right time yet. I'm too young, I'm focused on something else. And they were like, I don't care, I'll wait. And with this Two of Pentacles, honestly, your person is living their life in such a way that they are always leaving a door open for your return. They have not given up on this. They have not given up on your connection. And maybe they never said that to you. Maybe that's one of the things that was left unsaid. Maybe they shared it with you and they just want to remind you of that. So I don't feel like here is about what was left unsaid. I feel like, they understood the message. You had this message here. They understood it. Even if you never said it, they did understand it. But that doesn't mean that it was a closure for them. For them, it wasn't the end of the road. They are still here. They are still hoping. And some of them, they're asking around about you. They are inquiring about your life, how things are going. You might have friends in common. You might not even be aware of it. They might spy on you on social media and wait for the right opportunity. So yeah, maybe one of the things that were left unsaid between the two of you, from this person is the fact that they've never given up. They never gave up on this connection. They never gave up on you. They never gave up on this thought of Four of Wands. Okay, the thought that sometime in the future the two of you will still be together. And like I said, they are still holding a door open for you. Let's see some more about their energy. Like your energy is pretty clear, Okay, let me get a card for your energy. How you doing at the current moment? What are your feelings at the current moment? Now, this might not resonate for everyone, okay? So, you know better. We have setting your course. You're still on your journey. You are still on your journey. Maybe that's just the willow. I don't know. It's almost like you're looking for the Holy Grail, like the concept, You're looking for something, you're not sure what, you are going to recognize it when you get there, when you get to the finish line, but you have not found what you're looking for yet. So you're still looking, you're still on your journey. That's not over yet. So it's not time for this person just yet, okay? Let's see more about them. We have the karmic trench. And we have Sangha, community. And we have summer and winter. I feel like, they surround themselves with friends. We have the divine physician, this person surrounded by other people, and we have the community card. They surround themselves with friends, and they, they bury themselves in work, in their career, building things for themselves. They're very focused on themselves and focused on staying busy. And I feel like with this summer winter card, I feel like season, go by, you know, season pass. It's that energy of nostalgia and waiting, you know, waiting and counting the season, counting the years, and it's a very nostalgic feeling. I feel like this person was never able to give up on you. With this community card, it could also be the fact that they're still in touch with people that you used to know, the people that, friends you had in common, or maybe some relatives, something of that sort, like spying on you, that energy of checking on you. And we have Archangel Raphael, and this is the Archangel of healing, and we also have the Divine Physician. So I'm also like getting the heart chakra, and it's just, yeah, the message is pretty clear. I don't feel like, I don't think I need to linger on it any longer, because it's pretty clear. This person is waiting on you. Is waiting for you. This person is waiting for you, hard on their sleeve, ready whenever you are ready. I don't know what the two of you shared, but they never got over it. They never got over it. Uranus and the Sphinx. There's a lot of hope, there's a lot of, I feel like some, you know, in a sense, they're living into destiny, they're looking for answers, they're, you know. How do you feel about this person, group number 3? How do you feel? Because they're really stuck on you. This is like, and you just seem to be like enjoying your life, you know, getting on with your stuff, and this person is just living their entire existence, just waiting for you to come back. For some of you, might not even be aware of it. Like you might see them as happy, having fun. They might post pictures on social media, having fun with their friends, going out in nature, whatever. But it's, you know, you might not even suspect a thing about them. Let's see how you feel about them. I'm just curious, because this is like we have the lightning bolt. I feel like initiation of the Count Saint Germain. I feel like something was triggered within you regarding this person. I feel like you are starting to realize this. I feel like you might be going through some sort of a spiritual awakening or some sort of a spiritual journey. So some of you could be on your way to this other person. But there were some changes that needed to happen, and I feel like those changes started, like you might have had a pretty tough spiritual awakening, a very dramatic one, and I'm sorry about that. You know, it happens. In some cases, it happens. It's you know, it's necessary. It's not pleasant, but yeah, you might be going through that. So your journey at the moment might be about spiritual enlightenment, and you have started to realize, you know, the importance of this connection, the importance of this person. But you're not quite there yet. At the lookout, yeah. There's still a lot of stormy waters that you need to sail. There's quite a journey ahead of you. And the scribe. Yeah, there's still a lot of growth. I feel like your person is more spiritually mature than you are. They might have been more mature when the two of you met, so they might have been a bit older in that sense, or they might have had some very, you know, intense life experiences, and they're just more mature. But on a spiritual level, they seem more advanced than you are. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm not saying it as a bad thing. Every person has their own spiritual journey, and it's, you know, it's like that for a purpose, okay? Everything happens with a purpose. So if you just experience your spiritual awakening, your first spiritual awakening, you know, it was for a reason. You were meant to explore. You were meant to learn certain things through, you know, exploring before your spiritual awakening. So there was a purpose there. But now I feel like you're awakening, and some of you could be going through the dark night of the soul, and like gathering a lot of answers. This scribe energy reminds me of the hermit. So a lot of introspection, a lot of knowing yourself. So you're very focused on yourself at the moment. But it's okay because, this person seems to have all the time in the world, all the patience in the world. So I feel like if it's meant to happen, it will happen, group number 3. If you want it, if they want it, if it's meant to become a reality, it can become a reality. Right, I will leave it at this. I'm not sure if this was good or bad. You decide. I'll leave it at this. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this was helpful. I hope it resonated, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.